Have you ever watched someone realize they were the villain in their own story? I watched it happen to my mother-in-law, Darlene, at my daughter's 5th birthday party. She'd spent years believing she was the devoted grandmother fighting for access to her grandchild against her unreasonable daughter-in-law, me. The party was princess-themed. 20 kids, a bounce house, the works. Darlene showed up an hour late with a gift that violated every rule we'd set, a tablet, after we'd specifically said no electronics. She handed it to my daughter Hazel in front of everyone, loudly announcing, "Since your parents won't let you have nice things." My husband Jerome started to intervene, but I grabbed his arm. I was done fighting. Instead, I said cheerfully, "How thoughtful. Hazel, go put grandma's gift on the table with the others." Darlene's smile faltered. She expected a confrontation, needed it to fuel her narrative. Without it, she had to just exist at the party. That's when my friend Naomi arrived with her mother, Mrs. Reed. They'd never met Darlene before. Mrs. Reed sat next to her and started chatting about grandchildren. Darlene immediately launched into her rehearsed victim story. "I barely see Hazel," she sighed dramatically. "Her mother keeps her from me. I'm not even allowed to babysit." Mrs. Reed looked sympathetic. "Why not? She thinks I'm not careful enough. One little incident and suddenly I'm dangerous." "What happened?" Mrs. Reed asked innocently. Darlene waved dismissively. "I gave Hazel peanut butter cookies. How was I supposed to remember she was allergic?" Mrs. Reed's expression changed. "How severe is the allergy?" "Oh, she has one of those pen things. EpiPen?" So dramatic. In my day, kids weren't allergic to everything. I watched Mrs. Reed's face carefully rearrange itself. "My grandson has a peanut allergy. He almost died last year." Darlene doubled down. "Well, exposure builds immunity. These parents today are too protective." That's when Hazel ran over. "Grandma, want to see my birthday crown?" Darlene pulled out her phone. "In a minute, sweetie. Grandma needs to post about your party." She started taking photos of Hazel without asking, already typing a caption. Hazel's face fell. "You always do that phone thing." "I'm showing everyone how much I love you," Darlene said, not looking up. "But you're not looking at me," Hazel said quietly, then ran back to her friends. Mrs. Reed watched this exchange silently. Then she asked, "How often do you see her?" "Once a month if I'm lucky. They claim I don't respect boundaries." "What boundaries?" Mrs. Reed seemed genuinely curious. Darlene started listing them with exasperation. No posting photos online, no sugar before dinner, no talking about her mother's weight, no bringing up the divorce. Whose divorce? Mine. 30 years ago. They act like I traumatized Jerome by leaving his father. He was 17. Jerome's cousin Lisa had been listening from nearby. She turned around. "Aunt Darlene, you left Uncle Robert for his brother at Jerome's graduation dinner. You announced it during his valedictorian speech." Darlene went red. "That's ancient history." Mrs. Reed stood up politely. "Excuse me." She walked directly to me. "Your mother-in-law is something else." The moment of realization came during cake time. Hazel blew out her candles and made a wish. Darlene shouted, "What did you wish for?" "If I tell, it won't come true," Hazel said. "Tell Grandma, I'm special." Hazel looked uncomfortable but whispered, "I wished you'd play with me instead of your phone." The entire patio went quiet. 20 parents pretended not to hear. Darlene looked around at their faces. Judgment, pity, secondhand embarrassment. I document memories," she said weakly. 7-year-old Marcus, brutal in his honesty, piped up, "My grandma plays dinosaurs with me. She doesn't need a phone for that." Other kids chimed in about their grandparents. "Mine does puzzles. Mine teaches me cooking. Mine reads stories with voices." Darlene stood there, phone in hand, as child after child described grandparents who were present, engaged, participating. Not documenting, not performing, just being there. She looked at Hazel, who was already distracted by her friends, used to grandma being on her phone, then at me, expecting me to save her, to fight with her, to give her back her villain role. Instead, I said gently, "There's still time to play with her. She loves freeze dance." Darlene put her phone away. For the first time in years, I saw her actually see what she'd been doing. The grandmother so busy proving she was being excluded that she excluded herself. So focused on documenting love that she forgot to show it. She played freeze dance, awkwardly, self-consciously, but she played. Hazel's joy was immediate and genuine. "Grandma's dancing!" she shrieked with delight. As Darlene left, she stopped at my shoulder. "I've been the problem, haven't I?" "Yeah," I said simply, "but you don't have to keep being it."